There's an all-new 2023 Kia Sportage, the 5th generation, and it gets something new, a more capable off-road model. I'm Tom Voelk for the Seattle International Auto Show, and this is the Sportage X Pro. It's similar in concept to the Subaru Forester Wilderness and Toyota RAV4 TRD Off-Road. Understand that there's also an X line, but it doesn't get BF Goodrich all-terrains and specially tuned drive modes for rugged duty. So if you're really going to go off-road, you might consider the X Pro because it has more capable off-road tires, and we all know that tires are really important. Plus, it has extra ground clearance, about 1.5 inches. So this is more capable. Before I go any further, let's cover the powertrain. It's a naturally aspirated 2.5-liter inline 4-cylinder. It puts out 187 horsepower and 178 pound-feet of torque. Cog swaps are done with an 8-speed automatic. Manual shifts are done here. The all-wheel drive system uses an electro-hydraulic coupling with a center locking differential. So our first test is a hill ascent, and about halfway up, I'm going to stop. The hill holder keeps Sportage in place. And going back up, no wheel slip whatsoever. Modern electronics are amazing. The tires help too. Cameras never show how steep and cockeyed these courses are. So we're at kind of an angle here. It's handling it just fine. And here's a spot where it looks like ground clearance is pretty important. Yeah, no problem. I honestly don't see people driving their Sportages on terrain like this, but so far so good. Okay, this is really quite a downhill section, and I really don't think anybody's going to take their Sportage on anything like this, but wow, that really handles it very nicely. Hopefully the roads to your grocery store are in better condition. This exercise is showing how useful the cameras are. There's a whole bunch of different views. These work well. What did we do without cameras before? They're very, very helpful. Let's take a break and check out the interior, which looks different than the more urbane EX and SX Prestige Sportages. Yes, it has the dual 12-inch screens that look like one, but it's more rustic in here with faux matte wood trim and synthetic leather, which I have to say is good stuff that's easier to maintain than cowhide. Kia claims best-in-class rear legroom. It is spacious. All right, back to the off-road course.
A creek crossing or a washed-out road that you might encounter after your hours down the road trying to go on an off-road adventure or camping trip, and then you realize suddenly the terrain is getting more challenging.
This tackles some fairly tough stuff. You just know your needs. X Pro has 8.3 inches of ground clearance. That's 1.5 inches more than standard Sportages. I don't have video of it, but I drove the X Pro on-road a bit and was pleasantly surprised with the lack of road noise from the all-terrain treads. You won't be suffering every day by choosing the more rugged Sportage. Again, X Pro has 8.3 inches of ground clearance. That's 1.5 inches more than standard Sportages. I've also produced a video covering the more powerful and efficient hybrid powertrain that's not available on X Pro models, so check that out. But this Sportage will get you to the good hiking and mountain bike trails. Check it out at your local Kia showroom. For the Seattle International Auto Show, I'm Tom Voelk.